A decomposed body found in western New Providence as missing resident Evan Fox. The emotional scene unfolding late yesterday afternoon as investigators employed drones in the search effort. Also, gripping testimony in the ongoing trial of North Abaco MP Kirk Cornish will tell you the shocking accusations from a former girlfriend. Plus, why Bahamian students are being asked to stray away from pro-Palestinian protests happening across university campuses in the United States. Then in our news at 7:30, fight for citizenship. One woman's uphill battle attaining status following that recent groundbreaking Privy Council ruling. Her plea for justice in an Our News exclusive. Our News Live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News Live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. Tonight, the nation still in shock over the discovery of a man's decomposing body in western New Providence, which according to police has now been identified as that of 33-year-old Evan Fox. The Winton Meadows resident was reported missing last Friday, a police search ending near bushes on Frank Watson Boulevard Monday afternoon when police say they discovered the partially decomposed body that lay outside a truck. Our Joshua Williams was at the scene where residents believed to be family members became emotional as that truck towed away. He tells us how investigators used drones in the search.
Drones have been canvassing the island in recent days after several people have been reported missing. On Monday afternoon, officers' search ended with grim results.
Officers discovered a truck some 2.5 miles, fitting the description of a vehicle owned by a male who was reported missing sometime last week. Officers on arrival to the scene discovered the partially decomposed body of a male lying outside the truck.
The area was so remote that morticians struggled to access the area. A crowd gathering as news spread of the discovery. Many parked along the roadside. Scores tuning into Our News Facebook Live, wondering if the victim was a loved one or relative. The family of Evan Fox, who was one of the men reported missing over the weekend, was among those who showed up at the scene. While there's been no official ID of the man, a truck matching his vehicle's description was seen being towed from the area. Police have also not said how the man died, saying they will wait on the official report.
At present, we are in our initial investigations into this matter. At present, we cannot say who the person is. We await an official identification. We also await the pathologist to conduct her scientific investigation. And once we have confirmed who the identity of this individual is, we will update.
This is the latest in a slew of missing person cases around the country. Police say they're extremely concerned.
It's imperative that you pay attention to the whereabouts of your family members at all times. If you know that they have a routine and you don't see them within that specified time, we're asking you, come into our department, report the matter.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks for that, Josh. Meanwhile, men and boys from across the country gathered at Clifford Park for the Men's Mobilization March in response to crime and other social ills. Jean Joseph went along and tells us more about the movement.
Hundreds of Bahamian men gathered for a massive march for change. With the murder count well above 40 in the fourth month of 2024, and a series of violent crimes, including armed robberies, carjackings, and home invasions, Pastor Mario Moxie and other concerned men sent out the clarion call to meet at Clifford Park in a show of solidarity. Free National Movement Deputy Leader Shannon Don Cartwright, one of the event's coordinators, says it is essential for men to assume their role as leaders.
This is a wonderful opportunity for us to come out here today as brothers to show our support for each other, and as importantly, to let the Bahamian people know that we embrace our role as men in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Pastor Moxie sharing Cartwright's sentiments, but also urging men to help seek solutions to the country's social ills.
It matters in those small groups where men get together, whether that's in the barber shop, whether that's in the home on the porch, whether that's on the basketball court. That's where real discussions happen. And these men, along with so many others, are involved in those discussions on a day-to-day basis. So we can influence the leaders, we can influence our country.
South Beach MP Bacchus Roll also participated.
We all share a common goal, and that's to want to see a united front for the betterment of young Bahamian men. They are the next generation of Bahamian men. They need to see positive things, understand that they can do big things if we can unite and truly understand the knowledge of ourselves and who we should be.
Cable Bahamas CEO Franklin Butler and Alive CEO John Gomez were also present for this historic moment. Gomez says it will take more collective efforts like this to see real change.
Together, we can make something positive happen to help this nation get back to where it should be.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Gene Joseph.
All right, thanks so much for that, Gene. Meanwhile, North Abaco MP Kirk Cornish allegedly spat in a woman's face after he allegedly raped her last year. Cornish's ex-girlfriend made the shocking claims when she took the stand in his rape, assault, and threats of death case. The witness recalled that on March 25, 2023, she and Cornish were staying at an Airbnb in New Providence. Prosecutors allege Cornish raped the woman at the Airbnb and on April 4, 2023, at her home in Abaco. He's also accused of threatening to kill the woman on April 4th. When the prosecutor, Basil Cumberbatch, asked the woman why she didn't file a police report after the first alleged rape, she said, quote, "We were in a relationship. I didn't want to embarrass the defendant," end quote. Cornish has denied the allegations against him. His trial before Justice Renee McKay continues on Wednesday. All right, we've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Canadian, and a happy Tuesday evening, everybody. Pretty nice outside, 77 degrees, passing clouds. Still a bit on the breezy side. Your winds are out of the southeast now at 14 miles per hour. That's bringing in those warm temperatures. It feels like temperature is at 77. Temperatures around the islands right now, it is 77 in Freeport, Grand Bahama with some nearby showers, 75 in Marsh Harbor, Abaco. Pick up 76, Alistown, Bimini, and in Governor's Harbor, Great Harbor Key 78, Nicholstown, Andros, you guys are 79. Into the Central Bahamas, 78 in Kemps Bay, Arthurstown, Cat Island, also in the mid-70s at 76. 78 Georgetown, some showers nearby there, 78 Deadman's Key, Cubantown, San Salvador, 74. Southeast Bahamas, all near the 80-degree mark, 79 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, 78, Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, Abrahams Bay, and a pair of 80s in Providenciales, Tricks and Caicos Islands, Matthewtown, Inagua, Deep South. Satellite radar composite showing we do have a low to mid-level disturbance moving off of Cuba across the Central Bahamas. That's triggering some showers and some isolated thunderstorms across that area. We also have some moisture associated with some low-level convergence across the Florida area. Some of that drifting in our area, so we could see 1 or 2 showers later on tonight. But all in all, high pressure is going to continue to keep us a little bit on the breezy side for at least one more day. That's your first look about us. Stick with us. So look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Thanks, Greg. And still to come on Our News, pro-Palestinian protests continue across U.S. university campuses, with the Consul General in New York warning Bahamian students not to participate. We'll tell you his concerns straight ahead. And relief in sight as government set to bolster Family Island healthcare with 14 new ambulances. The health minister's announcement when Our News returns.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought Season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for Season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for Season 2 of 242 The Gospel. This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more and they're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be number one? Let's find out.
So you said you're here for Sully's funeral? How do you know Sully?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
I wanna love you till I had enough. Do you want me now or later, 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 later? Listen to me now.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon.
Amidst fiery protests gripping American universities like Yale, Columbia, and NYU, Bahamian students being urged to remain on the sidelines. Demonstrators are demanding divestment from Israel and weapons manufacturers implicated in the Israel-Hamas conflict, which has claimed over 30,000 Palestinian lives since October. That number, according to Gaza's health ministry. We've got the latest on those protests coming up in World News, and we hear from Deputy Counsel General at the Bahamas Consul General Office in New York, Nestor Sands, who shares crucial advice for Bahamian students. Before we get to those stories, time and time again, we've heard residents on the Family Islands complain about inadequate healthcare facilities and the lack of emergency vehicles. But that should change soon, as government now finalizing the process to add new ambulances to the Public Hospitals Authority's fleet, according to Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville. This comes as the need for additional resources for emergency medical services continue to rise as a result of accidents, demand for vehicles, and the worldwide demand for EMS vehicles following the COVID-19 pandemic. Dr. Darville says help is on the way.
I'm pleased to report to our IDB loan facility, we have finished the procurement process for 14 ambulances coming into the country. I'm excited about it because it will launch our ambulance program and our ENT program in the Family Islands. But as we speak, the PHA is now looking at their inventory, getting them repaired, and trying to keep as many of them on the road as we possibly can. But these, like vehicles that are used by the Royal Bahamas Police Force, are constantly on the road. And something that has a 5-year span usually sometime only lasts for about a year, year and a half.
And for some time now, improved health services and more resources have been the cry from many Family Island residents. This latest move, Dr. Darville says, is a step in the right direction.
The ambulances are basically for the Family Islands, Grand Bahama, and New Providence. I cannot give you the exact amount, but there's also a procurement process with the PHA for additional ambulances. But we would have to utilize them to the best of our ability. But the residents in the Family Island can rest assured that the days will soon be over where their loved one is thrown behind a truck and actually taken to the clinic or at the airport for LF. We are going to improve the medical emergency services throughout the Family Islands and improve the clinical outcome of our patients.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as a former Haitian Senate leader is named president. Plus, a U.S. judge fines former President Donald Trump $9,000 for contempt in his ongoing hush money trial. And pro-Palestinian protesters barricade Columbia University Hall. When our news returns.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought Season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for Season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stocks be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for Season 2 of 242 The Gospel. This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more and they're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
So you said you're here for Sully's funeral? How do you know Sully?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
And you'll never be the one. I wanna love you till I had enough. Do you want me now or later, 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 later? Listen to it
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Haiti's Transitional Council, established last week amidst political turmoil, has appointed former Senate President Edgar LeBlanc as its leader. The move aims to restore security amid escalating violence. The council, consisting of 7 voting members and 2 observers, selected LeBlanc with 4 votes. Fritz Belizaire, former youth and sports minister, is also tapped as prime minister. These nominations, however, must be confirmed by Haiti's National Gazette. The country's constitution mandates a new president by February 7, 2026. Michel Patrick Boisvert, who served as finance minister under former Prime Minister Ariel Henry, has been filling the role on an interim basis. The judge presiding over Donald Trump's hush money trial fined him $9,000 for contempt of court on Tuesday, warning of possible jail time if he continued to violate a gag order. Justice Juan Merkin imposed the fine for 9 online statements, just short of prosecutors' $10,000 request. Trump was ordered to remove the statements and face further fines for other violations. The trial, featuring testimony from a banker, resumed in New York as Trump faces charges related to a $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels to cover up an alleged sexual encounter. Trump denies the charges as his supporters rallied outside the courthouse. And pro-Palestinian protests persisted into early Tuesday morning at Columbia University, despite orders to disband from university officials. Demonstrators formed barricades and linked arms, with some students even barricading themselves inside buildings. The university began suspending activists who refused to dismantle tent encampments, declaring a stalemate in negotiations. University President Namat Minouche Shafiq said efforts to persuade demonstrators had failed, leading to the crackdown. The protests at Columbia are part of a broader wave of Gaza-related demonstrations across American universities. Meanwhile, Bahamian students being advised to stay out of trouble and not participate in pro-Palestinian protests sweeping across those campuses we told you about. Protesters calling for their universities to divest Israel, as well as things like weapons manufacturers, which may be impacting the ongoing war. Now, according to Gaza's health ministry, the conflict, as we said, has resulted in the deaths of over 30,000 Palestinians since October. The American university protests have resulted in many students clashing with police. With that in mind, Deputy Consul General at the Bahamas Consul General Office in New York, Nestor Sands, has this advice for Bahamian students studying at American universities.
I would suggest that they not participate in the protests because, one, they're not American citizens, so if they get arrested, they could be deported back to the Bahamas and their education be interrupted. A lot of protesters are being arrested by police officers. And I think some of the universities have had to cancel classes and temporarily shut down because of the unrest that's going on.
Now, the Deputy Consul General tells us that so far he's not aware of any Bahamians involved in the protests, but still, Sands says the Consulate General is concerned and keeping a watchful eye.
We are concerned. We haven't heard any reports of anybody being threatened or hurt with regard to Bahamian students, but we are concerned, and we do follow up with the news on the matter to see if there's anything has gone down. But so far, we've not received any information that any Bahamian students have been hurt, and hopefully it will stay that way.
Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was April 30th. Then in our news at 7:30, the father of missing Kyle Carey denies connection to skeletal remains found in Fox Hill. The growing concerns amid tabloid claims on social media. Plus, 3 ninth-grade students hospitalized after ingesting marijuana during school hours, prompting calls for stricter measures amid rising incidents. The story when our news returns.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought Season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for Season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for Season 2 of 242 The Gospel. This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more, and we're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
So you said you're here for Sully's funeral? How do you know Sully?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
love you till I had enough. Do you want me now or later, 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 later? Listen to me now.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation. Replacing an old refrigerator, washing machine with a new model, adding insulation to the attic and walls of a home. That's energy efficiency. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
I'm Michaela Kerr. I'm an 18-year-old freshman at the University of the Bahamas, and I'm a computer science major. I'm also the NT Corporation's Youth Ambassador for the Environment, and I'm an environmentalist. My journey as the environmental advocate began with a simple yet profound realization that our environment is degrading right in front of my eyes. And being NT's Youth Ambassador for the Environment means that my words and my actions.
Welcome back to Our News. It's time now to turn our spotlight on events that shaped the day that was April 30th. Take a look. On this day in Bahamian history in 1758, Andrew DeVoe was born in St. Helena's Parish, South Carolina. Initially fighting on the side of the American rebels during the American War of Independence, DeVoe switched allegiance to the British forces in 1779 due to his father's harsh treatment for supporting the crown. Expelled from the colony and his land confiscated, he moved to St. Augustine, Florida, and later led a successful recapture of the Bahama Islands from Spanish forces in 1783. As a reward, he was granted a large tract of land on Cat Island. Colonel Andrew DeVoe later passed away in Red Hook, New York in 1812. Then fast forward to 2018. A massive nurses' sick-out occurred due to a dispute with the Public Hospitals Authority over a shift system, leading to industrial action.
Clinics have had to be shut down, essentially, and the people being aggravated, the people being annoyed, the people being inconvenienced and potentially hurt are the people of the Bahamas.
And it's wrong. It would affect people because the people's lives, I mean, some people need dressing.
And in 2019, a fiscal snapshot by the Ministry of Finance revealed a 15% increase in government revenue in the first 9 months of the fiscal year 2018-2019. However, the Minister administration fell short of its budget projections. Despite this, then Finance Minister and Deputy Prime Minister K. Peter Turnquest expressed confidence in government's fiscal track record.
As you know, anything can happen. Even as we go in towards the hurricane season, anything can happen. But as we look at the trends and we've done our forecast for the end of the year, we do believe that we will meet our target.
All right, to watch that historical recap again and for all of today's top stories, you can visit Our News on Facebook. It's going to do it for us in News at 7. Joining us now is Italia Hall with the latest headlines. Italia?
Hi, Ken. Thanks so much. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you, too. I know you're still following a number of stories that we had picked up in the beginning of the show. I know the father of Kyle Carey. I think we spoke with him as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing that story.
All right, thanks so much, Ken. Well, the father of missing Kyle Carey denies connection to skeletal remains found in the Fox Hill community. Plus, the Teachers Union president calls for student drug testing. Here are your latest headlines. A shocking discovery first tonight on Our News Live at 7:30. 33-year-old Evan Fox identified. This as his partially decomposed body was found lying outside a vehicle in bushes off Frank Watson Boulevard on Monday afternoon. Plus, the father of Kyle Carey shutting down claims that his skeletal remains were found. He says despite what he calls a distasteful rumor, he will continue searching for his son. Also, students hospitalized after ingesting marijuana at a local school on the island. The president of the Bahamas Union of Teachers speak. And later, a young woman says her life is being torn apart. This as she's been waiting months for a Bahamian passport following the controversial citizenship ruling. Our News Live at 7:30 is back in a moment.
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task, unplugging appliances not in use. That's energy conservation. Replacing an old refrigerator, washing machine with a new model, adding insulation to the attic and walls of a home. That's energy efficiency. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
I'm Michaela Kerr. I'm an 18-year-old freshman at the University of the Bahamas, and I'm a computer science major. I'm also the NT Corporation's Youth Ambassador for the Environment, and I'm an environmentalist. My journey as the environmental advocate began with a simple yet profound realization that our environment is degrading right in front of my eyes. And being NT's Youth Ambassador for the Environment means that my words and my actions hold the power to help change the environment and the world around me. I find it exciting that I can be a student, live my life, and use my words and my voice to change the environment and world around me. Most times I think it's a privilege. It's our environment and it's our generation to own. I don't think as a young person that there's anything more rewarding than being a part of bringing awareness. I'm Michaela Kerr, and I'm making a difference in my own words.
You've seen electric cars on the road, but isn't it time you drive one? Easy Car Sales invites you to experience the smooth, powerful ride and immerse yourself in the luxury and latest tech features. Find out why the Bahamas is going electric. Visit easy242.com and book your test drive now. What are you waiting for? Save money, drive smarter. There's an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales.
Welcome to our news. I'm Natalia Hall. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, the nation's still in a state of shock over the discovery of a man's decomposing body found in western New Providence on Monday afternoon, which, according to police, has now been identified as 33-year-old Evan Fox. The Winton Meadows resident was reported missing last Friday. A police search ending near bushes on Frank Watson Boulevard when police say they discovered the partially decomposed body that lay outside a truck. Now, our Joshua Williams was at that scene yesterday where residents believed to be family members became emotional as that truck was towed away. Now, police say drone technology was used in the search. Well, the father of Kyle Carey dismissing claims that those skeletal remains found in a shallow grave in Fox Hill Friday is his missing son. Concern spreading over social media after an online tabloid made the claim following the discovery. Kyle has been missing since May of last year. His story captivated the nation as his family has been vocal throughout the entire process, appealing for any information leading to his whereabouts. Kyle's father, Keith, called this latest development distasteful.
We want to make it very clear that this information is entirely unverified and unconfirmed. We consider it as fake news or soft or false information. This kind of rumor is not only irresponsible, but it is also incredibly disrespectful to our family, during this difficult time.
It's a story we've followed from the start, interview after interview, flyer after flyer, as the family has not given up, hoping for a positive outlook. Kyle's father says they will keep looking for his son.
Our family is still searching for Kyle until we have concrete evidence. Otherwise, we believe that he is alive. Spreading false news only adds to the pain and anxiety, that the family is experiencing already. We ask that you to not share or engage with this misinformation.
3 junior school students rushed to the hospital after suffering side effects from ingesting marijuana. It happened on a school campus during school hours.
A
A day of learning turned into a day of panic for 3 ninth grade students at a popular public junior high school after they ingested marijuana and passed out about midday on Monday. An ambulance was called and the teens were transported to the hospital for treatment. Our News can confirm the young men were students of the S.C. McPherson Junior High School. We reached out to educational officials for comment but got no response. But we did get a chance to speak to the president of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, Belinda Wilson. She says these incidents are becoming too frequent, and she's calling on educational officials to put in place stricter measures to monitor students like drug testing.
Create and implement policies for testing of children who are suspected of using drugs and alcohol. Implement policies that make parents responsible for the action of their minor children. Make the hard decision. Our youth are being destroyed.
She also says parents should pay closer attention to their kids.
Parents, oh parents, I don't know how many times I have to plead with you to spend quality time with your children. Know their friends, know their activities and their whereabouts. Talk to them about drug use.
In May of 2023, the Privy Council ruled people born out of wedlock to Bahamian men are Bahamian citizens at birth, regardless of their mother's nationality. Well, tonight we speak exclusively with a young woman who is sharing her struggle since the ruling, and she's calling on the powers that be to step in and rectify the issue so that she can live a normal life.
I want to get a bank account. I want to get a job. I want to stop relying on my father.
And this young woman, an 18-year-old resident of New Providence who did not want to be seen on camera for safety reasons, is sharing her candid story. She was born here in the Bahamas. Her mother is a foreign woman who died when she was only 5 years old, but her father is a Bahamian citizen. However, at the time of her birth, her father was not in the country. As a result, he signed an affidavit and a DNA test was performed, which this resident claims was submitted. Back in February of this year, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville confirmed government signed off on a new DNA testing protocol to verify citizenship status. But despite this, the young woman says nothing has been done and it's a painful feeling.
I just don't understand what's taking them so long. They're ruining people's lives. Imagine all of the people who are graduating this year who want to apply to college, who want to go away.
When you visit the passport office, what are you told?
I'm always told that it's not done yet. They haven't finished it yet.
Due to the recent citizenship ruling passed by the Privy Council last year, she says she's a Bahamian.
Anything that I do, anywhere that I go, I'm always proud to proclaim that I'm a Bahamian citizen. And every time when I see anybody say anything negative about the Bahamas, it hurts me.
The young woman is also an aspiring college student, but due to not having the necessary documents, like a passport, she's not eligible for enrollment.
I just want to be independent, and I really can't.
She says the load is on her father and she wants to help him financially by getting a job.
Sometimes I just don't even eat. I skip meals because I know what it takes for him to go and have to pay for our food and all of these bills.
The 18-year-old shares why she's intimidated to show her face.
I know the stigma that people have against foreigners, and before this law even came about, when they were in the midst of talking about it, I saw a lot of people saying, oh, we don't want this to happen. They're making a way for Haitians and illegal immigrants to get citizenship, when that's really not the case. If you read about it, you would understand that it's affecting Bahamian citizens.
All right, such a touching story that we will continue to follow. Well, beautiful conditions this evening outside the Our News studios as we start to feel some cooler temperatures in the capital. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is live in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg, 76.
Yeah, what a way to end the month and start a new month. They said April showers bring some Mayflowers. We got some showers down the central Bahamas. Share that in a short while. But yeah, it's beautiful outside. 76 degrees, passing clouds. It's still on the breezy side. Southeast winds at 14 miles per hour. The feels like temperature is at 77. Satellite radar composite showing a little bit of a disturbance across the central Bahamas, generating some isolated showers and thunderstorms across that area. Most of that activity will push out towards the east. There are also some showers associated with another disturbance across the Florida area that is going to be drifting across the area. So the northern islands could see some isolated showers tonight through tomorrow, but high pressure is going to remain in charge. That will keep us a little bit on the breezy side for at least another day. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us. A look at the extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come on our news, the ex-girlfriend of North Abaco Member of Parliament Kirk Cornish testifies in court. We have the details coming up. Plus, in just 2 days, entrepreneurs from across the Bahamas are expected to gather at the Freeport Business Expo. We'll tell you all about the mega initiative by the Grand Bahama Port Authority and later making history. A Bahamian preparing to take part in the upcoming Kentucky Derby, the first Bahamian horse trainer to ever participate. The story when our news continues.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought Season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for Season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stocks be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for Season 2 of 242 The Gospel. This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more, and we're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
So you said you're here for Sully's funeral? How do you know Sully?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
And you'll never be the one. I wanna love you till I had enough. Do you want me now or later, 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 later? Listen to it
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate waste.
Next Saturday marks the historic 150th Kentucky Derby, and our very own Larry Demerit stands as the trainer of West Saratoga, vying for the top prize. Our Marlena Leonard has the exclusive story in about 5 minutes, but before we get to that, in just a few days, business owners will take part in a major business expo at the Grand Lucayan Resort in Grand Bahama. The Freeport Business Expo, spearheaded by the Grand Bahama Port Authority, seeks to prepare entrepreneurs for the over $2 billion worth of investment projected for the city of Freeport. President of the GBPA, Ian Roll, says Grand Bahama will see this growth spurt over the next 1, 2, 3 years. He says there will be several vendors and speakers at the expo who will have a wealth of knowledge.
Some of these vendors are from North America, and we also have some really unique offerings from local vendors as well. I would strongly encourage everybody who wants to get involved in business to look at Grand Bahama as one of the #1 choices to do that, especially over the next 3 years. I speak about the growth that's about to happen. You've heard from us a number of times that the Carnival Cruise Port, for instance, by 2028 will be bringing in about 4 million passengers.
place on Thursday, May 2nd. Several entities in Grand Bahama are also on board, including the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce.
So if you are a member of the Chamber, this exclusive offer is here for you. You have the opportunity to exhibit for free. How do you do that? You call the Chamber or you send us an email.
The Chamber is all about business, and the connectivity of business persons is one of the things that we don't see enough of, and I think this is a great step in that direction.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
When our news comes back from the break, making history. A Bahamian making his mark on the international stage. This is Larry Demerit prepares to participate in the upcoming Kentucky Derby.
Coming up in sports, Jazz Chisholm stays hot. The Miami Marlins, not so much.
And later, This is Paradise gets a second season. Hear all about the spin-off series set to be held in LA when our news returns. Stay with us.
A whole new season of Goombay Kids is coming soon. The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay Kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought Season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for Season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for Season 2 of 242 The Gospel. This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more, and we're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
So you said you're here for Sully's funeral? How do you know Sully?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
And you'll never be the one. I wanna love you till I had enough. Do you want me now or later, 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 later? Listen to it,
Bahamas Power and Light Company.
This is our news. Welcome back. Next Saturday marks the historic 150th Kentucky Derby, and our very own Larry Demerit stands as the trainer of West Saratoga, vying for the top prize. Our Marlena Leonard has the exclusive story.
Larry Demerit is poised to make history at the 150th Kentucky Derby as the first Bahamian horse trainer to participate, becoming only the third black trainer since the 1950s.
Been here for quite some time, working with the horses, and now I'm blessed with a Derby horse. So since I lose the Bahamian Derby, now I have to win the ultimate Derby, the Kentucky Derby.
He says it's an honor to represent the Bahamas this way.
I am happy to be able to do that because of, I always say, you know, we always link up together as a group of people when things don't go well. You know, if we have some difficulties or people do crime, they link us all in the same boat. So I'm happy that I could still be linked with my people in a positive light.
For Bahamians eager to support a contender next Saturday, look no further than West Saratoga, a 3-year-old with an inspiring backstory. Despite a noteworthy pedigree, Demerit says West Saratoga was acquired for a mere $11,000, slipping through the cracks compared to other Derby hopefuls purchased for over $1 million, with one even fetching more than $2 million.
And I was looking for just a good quality racehorse, because I always say, every time I buy a horse, I want to buy a Saturday horse because all the big races runs on Saturday. Didn't think about a Kentucky Derby at the time, but that was my ultimate goal coming from the Bahamas, that one day I'd be able to have a horse to run in the Derby.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Marlena Leonard.
All right, very interesting. Thanks so much for that, Marlena. Well, Jazz Chisholm homers again, and JJ returns to the Big Apple for training camp. Here now with Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors, is Ronaldo Dorset and John Mark Nutt. Ronaldo?
Thanks, Italia, and welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. Jazz Chisholm once again provided an offensive spark for the Miami Marlins. But once again, that wasn't enough as they continued to be mired in a losing streak. Chisholm went deep for the second consecutive game, and his 2-run homer was all the offense the Marlins had in a 7-2 loss to the Washington Nationals last night at Lone Depot Park. Taking a look at the numbers, Chisholm is near the top in several offensive categories for the struggling Marlins. He now has a team-leading 17 RBI and 5 stolen bases. He's also second with a .245 batting average and second with 4 home runs. After being swept by the Nationals, the Marlins are a Major League worst 6-24 and look to turn things around tonight when they open a 3-game homestand against the Colorado Rockies.
Fresh off a postseason run in the WCBA, Jonquil Jones and her New York Liberty ended training camp looking to make another run at the WNBA Finals. Jones and her Liberty opened training camp this week at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. The team returned 7 players from the 2023 roster, including the starting 5 that led the Liberty to its best record in franchise history at 32-8, and the WNBA Finals for the first time since 2002. The core of Jonquil Jones, reigning MVP Brianna Stewart, and Sabrina Nesco will be joined by a class of newcomers highlighted by 11th pick Marquisha Davis, who spent last season under Coach Yo at Ole Miss. In 2023, Jones averaged 11.3 points, 8.4 rebounds, and 1.3 blocks per game. Those numbers went up in the postseason to 16.8 points, 11.6 rebounds, and 2.4 blocks per game with 8 double-doubles. The Liberty's 2024 season tips off May 14th on the road against the Washington Mystics.
We know the BTC World Athletics Relays will serve as a qualifier for the Paris Olympics, but teams will be racing for a bit more this weekend at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. The top 8 teams in each event will also be awarded prize money. The first place team will receive $40,000, second place receives $20,000, and third place $10,000. Fourth place finishers get $8,000, fifth place $6,000, sixth place $4,000, seventh $3,000, and eighth place $2,000. If a team breaks a world record, an additional $50,000 will be awarded, subject to record ratification. The World Athletics Relays will feature nearly 900 athletes from 54 countries in Nassau on May 4th to 5th. There will be 32 men's and 30 women's teams in the 4x100, along with 32 men's, 27 women's, and 30 mixed teams in the 4x400.
And so with the complement of Shawnee Stephen, Alonzo Russell, and Wendell Miller, who just ran 45 seconds last week, I don't know if you can have a better assemblage. So we're looking forward to an exciting cast, and Anthony Strawn is expected to join that cast.
FSU freshman Laquan Ellis set a new personal best of 15.44 meters at the Peyton Jordan Invitational in Stanford, California. It was the number 4 jump in FSU history and beat his previous personal best by over a foot. He also qualified for the ACC Championships May 9th to 11th in Atlanta, Georgia.
That'll do it for Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. For John Mark Nutt, I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on Our News tonight, This is Paradise prepares for a second season. We'll tell you all about it straight ahead. A nice warm weather for the most part of the day. Greg is back in the Weather Center with more weather details when our news continues. Stay with
Coming soon, the kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures, meeting mythical characters, pirates, and mermaids as they explore their beautiful island nation. The Goombay kids learn all about nutrition, marine life, the environment, cultures from around the world, and more, all with the help of the Goombay Kid experts, who are never more than a Goombay gadget away. Get ready to have a Goombay adventure.
If you thought season 1 was amazing, then be prepared for season 2. More amazing artists, more amazing videos, and surprises you won't believe. Will Stax be the first rapper to ever hit #1? Or will Kenya continue her dominant reign? Or will someone new come and shut it all down? Stay tuned for season 2 of 242 The Gospel. This is 242 The Gospel, where we celebrate our Bahamian artists. You've been asking for more, and we're here to deliver. Welcome to the second season of 242 The Gospel. Who will be #1? Let's find out.
So you said you're here for Sally's funeral? How do you know Sally?
He was my rock and my anchor.
Yeah, he was a good man.
He most certainly was not. Watch what you say about Sully. Who is this child?
Your sisters. I'm asking you to do a few things for me. Once they are done, you will both receive your inheritance. The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
Don't take this the wrong way. It isn't really much of a hotel.
And you'll never be the one. I wanna love you till I had enough. Do you want me now or later, 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 later? Listen to it
Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers
Welcome back to our news. Sunny weather in the capital earlier today, and it appears as if temperatures are kind of cool but may heat back up before the end of the work week. Greg is back in the Weather Center with your extended forecast. Greg.
Yeah, thanks again, Natalia. Welcome back, everybody, for a final check. High pressure is still in charge of our weather at the surface. That's keeping us a little on the breezy side. But we have a couple of disturbances moving across our area. One across the central Bahamas. That's in the low to mid level. And another one moving across Florida. Both of those are triggering some showers. Isolated thunderstorms across the area. Most of that activity will be pushing towards the east. So we could see 1 or 2 more showers later on tonight through tomorrow before the system exits the area. And that high is going to weaken over the next 24 to 36 hours and then re-strengthen by the weekend. Future forecast showing just that happening across the central Bahamas and the southeast Bahamas. Some showers and thunderstorms associated with that low to mid-level trough. Another one across the Florida area. As I said, most of the activity will be pushing out into the open Atlantic, and then high pressure will regain its strength across us for the end of the week. If you plan on doing any boating or beaching, it's not going to be too bad out there, but still we're asking you to exercise some caution. Southeasterly winds in the northwest Bahamas at 10 to 15 knots, seas running 2 to 4 feet, but they will be building up to 6 feet offshore in some northeasterly swells. Low tide is at 7:24 tonight, your high tide at 1:54 in the morning. For the central and southeast Bahamas, caution flag for you guys down there as well, but your winds will be more east to southeast at 15 knots, 3 to 5 foot seas, but up to 7 feet in some northeasterly swells. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, we will keep sunny conditions across areas. Some spotty showers expected in the forecast. Temperatures will stay in the low 80s. And then we have another disturbance by Saturday. Temperatures will be picking up and getting into the low to mid 80s. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Craig. Well, Bahamian filmmaker and creator of the hit series Kareem Mortimer has unveiled plans for a spin-off of This Is Paradise set in the bustling city of Los Angeles. As the first season captivates audiences on Wednesday right here on Our TV, Mortimer shared his vision for expanding the show's universe. He also confirmed the show renewal for a second season to be filmed right here in the Bahamas, promising viewers more of the captivating storytelling and vibrant characters they've come to love.
We just wanted to make something that was silly and then people could have fun and be really easy to watch. That was always the intention. In terms of what's happening in the future, we are planning a spin-off show that we're going to shoot in LA. And then we're going to come back. Hopefully at the end of the year, we can get the cast together. We're working on it to do a season 2 back in the Bahamas.
And if you want to see This Is Paradise, remember to tune in on Our TV Wednesdays at 8. That means you can catch the latest episode airing tomorrow, immediately following our news at 7:30. And with that, we thank you for joining us for our news tonight on behalf of the entire team. I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a